Hi, and welcome to this week's episode of Come to Find Out. This week we're talking with Dustin, who is the general manager of Crooked Can. It has quickly become one of the staples of Downtown Hilliard, and definitely on Thursday nights when we have celebration at the station. So thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So are you originally from Hilliard?
I'm not, no. I'm from Dublin, born and raised there. Went to Dublin Scioto. Very familiar with Hilliard. Played a lot of sports, so I was in Hilliard a lot as a kid. Love where we've come. Hilliard's grown so much, and love to be a part of it.
I love it. I love it. So what made you choose Hilliard then for your brewery?
Well, I've been in hospitality my whole life. Love that aspect of, giving a guest a great experience. When this opportunity came up, I love craft beer, and we have a brewery down in Winter Garden, Florida, actually. So I went and visited the Crooked Can, the original one down there, and loved it. Fell in love with the whole concept, and so I was very fortunate to get the job offer and take the job, yes.
That's great. That's great. So you are here in Hilliard. How long have you been here in Hilliard?
I've been working in Hilliard for a little over 3 years.
Okay.
We opened in February of 2020, 5 weeks before the pandemic hit. And so, yeah, we had 5 weeks of open and then shut down, so it was a crazy experience, but we're still here and having a great time.
Yeah, I love it. Now, did you all create the concept of having different vendors inside Crooked Can in the brewery?
So that all started in Winter Garden, Florida. One of the owners, Andy, started it all down there, and his buddies from college, Rob and John, really loved the idea, and so they opened one up here in Hilliard.
I love it. I love it. Excellent. So as far as like giving back to the community, what we found is everyone that we've talked to inside of Crooked Can does different things for the community. And I know you guys are really involved in the community. What are some of the things you guys do?
We try to do as much as we can. We host a lot of city events here. We have a lot of dog events here on our patio where we help local shelters and whatnot. We try to do stuff for the school, if it's anything from donating a gift card to hosting events as much as we can for the community. That's what we think it's all about, family, community, local support to other businesses. All our tables were built in Central Ohio. We use local spirits, made at High Bank down the road. A lot of our employees are, Hilliard residents for 20 plus years. So we just love giving back and love hosting events and parties and just having a good time.
I love it. I love it. Now you guys have some event space in here as well that people can rent. Is that correct?
We do. We have our big event space is called the Rail Yard. It fits 125, give or take, easily. We have a smaller event space called the Nook. It's about 25 people, so little smaller groups can gather there, which has been a big hit, and we really enjoy that spot as well.
Nice, nice. So I come here a lot, just like most people here in Hilliard. And I noticed that you have, some beers that are always there and then some that kind of, transition out. How do you guys choose that? And how many beers do you have on tap at a time?
Yeah, so we have 16 taps. We always have a dedicated cider line. So anybody gluten-free diets and just like, hard ciders, we always have a cider line, and then 15 of our beers. So we have core beers that range from anything from a Hefeweizen to a lager to an IPA that we try to keep on year round, and that's about 5 to 6 beers. And then we have seasonal beers coming out all the time, like our shandy, our 2T shandy we have on in the summertime. We have a sour release in the spring called Slice of the Keys that I really enjoy. It's a key lime pie Berliner Weiss. It's delicious. We have our Oktoberfest ale that is a German, it's called Burgermeister. It's a Marzen. It's a great beer. It's not an ale, I think it's a lager, so I'm way off there. We have all different varieties for everybody. We also have a red and a white wine always available. We handcraft our cocktails that we batch in kegs. We have seltzers in cans, a little bit of everything. We also have Sprite, Coke, Diet Coke, bottled water. We just brought in Liquid Death. If you're not familiar with Liquid Death, it is a canned spring water.
Wow.
And it looks like a beer, and people are so confused, but it's an awesome option. So yeah, a little bit of everything for everybody.
I love it. I love it. Well, thank you so much for taking time to talk with me today and for sharing anything. Do you guys have any plans for expansion now? I know you have Florida and you have here. Have you guys talked about any expansion?
I know Florida is building another location down there. It's only like, I think 30 minutes away from the original location. And here, man, that is above my pay grade, and I do not know. I would think we would love to expand, but I have no idea, unfortunately.
I love it.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. You're fine. No worries. So, but again, thank you so much for taking the time to talk.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you so much for joining us this week on Come to Find Out. Tune in next week to see who we're talking to.